Hey, what's up? Welcome to another edition of Smoking Conversations. It's me, your host, Mr. Cigar 36. Now, I know, I know. I haven't posted in weeks. I know, and I apologize. Um, I've had some personal things going on that I had to take care of, and I'm also in the process of PCSing. Probably saying what's PCSing. In the military, meaning it's a permanent change of station, meaning I'm leaving my current duty station and I'm going to a new duty station. So it's been a little time consuming, and COVID is not making it any better. But today I'm smoking on the My Father La Opulencia. I'm not sure if you can see that, but this is what I'm smoking on today. It's labeled as a medium to full. I would say it's more on the full side. It is a filler binder Nicaraguan, and the wrap is Mexican. Okay, now the reason why I pulled this out, which leads me into the next topic that we're going to discuss, is list. Now, from the very first show, I went back and I told you about how you won't get no numerical ratings, but I also want to break it down to you that you may find a whole bunch of sticks on these lists and the companies that produce them and things like that. So you have the CA, which is Cigar Aficionado. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. My apologies. You have Cigar Spirits, you have Cigar Journal, Cigar Snob. It's a whole bunch of them, but those are the most common ones. Some people live by these lists for what cigars that they want to go out for. But the crazy part or the harder part about it is that you may see, for example, with this stick that I'm smoking right now, this right here was a Churchill. Okay, now the problem is when you go look at the CA's list for 2018, because this cigar name made number 2, but the size that they chose was a Toro. And I'm going to do another show about different sizes. So in the cigar game, does size matter? Yes, because depending on the time that you have. Like me, when I first started out, I did with a lot of Robusto because I can get enough tobacco in it, but then go ahead and do what I needed to do and throw it away. Some people now that have more time, like Michael Jordan, he likes the like a Lancero or a Churchill. But when it comes down to the list, okay, there's different categories that these people have, which comes on with these ratings on where the cigar lands or where it should land or whatever. My personal opinion, I don't go by them, but there are some people that live by Cigar Aficionado's list. Everyone waits for that. It usually comes out towards the end of the year, but everyone really waits for that list. Now, this is just my personal opinion. Some of the stuff I agree with, some of the stuff I don't agree with, but it all depends. I mean, these guys have been smoking probably just 3 or 4 dudes that do it. They've probably been smoking for maybe 10 to 15 plus years individually, if not longer. So their palates are more refined. So you may not see some of the cigars that you like on the list. And that's why, because it's their palate. That's why I said in the cigar industry, everything is opinionated. So when you see some of these cigars on the list, you can take it with a grain of salt. You can run out there and get it, or you can just say, I may, screw it and move over it. That's not my stick, or I don't like it. But there are a lot of very, very good sticks that never make the list for whatever reason. I know the process for Cigar Aficionados. The way they do it is they take the cigars and they take the labels off of them, and they just smoke them and then they read them, and then once they're done, then they put the label back on to give the name, because they don't know what the stick is. They're just going off pure, their taste, their palate, whatever it may be. I don't know about the other ones, how they do it, but don't hold these as the end all You still have your opinion. You go out there and find lists that you like or cigars that you like and go for what it's worth. There's some sticks that I've tried that I feel that should have been on the list, some of them that won't, and it also depends on the category as well. Cigar Journal, they have a lot of sticks that are just coming out that are more what you would consider what's the term? I'm having a brain fart right now. Boutique cigars that are still mainstream but not really out there like that. They have a lot of those on their Cigar Snob as well, but Cigar Journal gives you more of an in-depth background about the stick. Cigar Aficionado, those ones right there are the more popular sticks that you may have heard about that have been out for a while. So it all depends. So when you are just coming into the industry and people tell you, oh, this made this number on the list or whatever the case may be, take it for what it is. Still go try it, or you may not have to try it. Do what you feel though, but don't let that dictate or try to control your palate. Because some of the cigars that make it, some of the cigars you may not even get, because there's sometimes out of the top 10, there's always at least 3 or 4 that are Cuban sticks. And if you ain't traveling or have a connection, you're not going to be able to try these Cuban sticks. So, I mean, that's just the way it is. I personally, I read up on them to get the informational aspect of the sticks, but as far as being end all to run out there and get them, I'm not going to do that. I'm not. I'm not going to do that. And I'm trying to tell you that as well. You know, use it for more of a guide on sticks that you may want to try. You know, it's always good to have these to get the comparison, to get the notes, to find out what's in the stick. But when it comes to the numerical rating or like what's a better size or whatever, then that's on you. That's stuff that you can use to help you pick out your stick. Like there are some sticks out there that I feel that are better, like the Bella Artes Maduro. That's a great stick. You can get it in a Toro size. I prefer it in a short Churchill size. But that's just my opinion. That's just what I like. So there's some people that's going to like it in a smaller size because they want all that flavor to be compact and hit them right then. And then some people want them to stretch out the flavor and the longevity that they're smoking this thing. It all depends on which avenue you want to go. So use the list more as a guide, not an end-all to end-all when it comes for you to when you're picking out your stick. Because you'll notice that sticks on that list, they're going to, I'm not going to say all, most cigar shops is going to try to get their money for it because it made the list. They're going to try to get money, so they're going to hike up the prices on the stick. That's just what's going to happen. Now, mind you, this is my opinion. I'm not saying anything bad about any of these other 4 cigar lists that I mentioned, but I'm just saying that that's my opinion on the list. I'm just trying to give you that guidance because most cigar shops have these books in there, and they have it for you to read. And then also when you go into some cigar shops, they'll see, you know, number 1 cigar for 2019 or like this one where I bought it from, they had it labeled as the number 2 cigar for 2018. That's a selling point. Nothing wrong with it, but it is a good selling point though. May you want to try it, but at the same time, it may not be yours. So it doesn't say anything about you. It's just saying that your palate is not evolved enough to get it, but then you don't know who's smoking that person. I mean, this person, the people that are on this list, I mean, they have the ability to travel. This is all they do, so their palate is probably a little more refined. It's nothing against it, but just know that it is a guide, not an end-all to end-all. So with that being said, hit me in the comments for any other topics that you want me to hit, any questions that you have. You know, I'm here. You can go follow me on TikTok at Mr_Cigar36. I'm on TikTok, same name on Instagram. But, you know, like I tell you, this is food for thought, but you ain't got to eat it. Until then, stay blessed.